Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
At that time, when everyone was full of admiration for all he did, Jesus said to his disciples, "For your part, you must have these words constantly in your mind. The Son of Man is going to be handed over into the power of men." But they did not understand him when he said this. It was hidden from them so that they should not see the meaning of it, and they were afraid to ask him about what he had just said. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
So today in the morning, I said something about the admiration that Jesus was being given. Jesus was being admired by everybody. Jesus was being admired by the people who followed him. And I said that can really become a distraction, and that when people begin to exalt you, when people begin to give you popularity, when you become popular amongst people, it can become a real danger. I really wanted to talk about Jesus, Joseph as a teacher of Jesus. But let me see how I'm going to connect this, because I think this is so important for us also as seminarians, as students. Because there are moments you go to the parish, and just by the fact that they call you brother, okay, it places you above every other person. You go for your pastoral, people just feel that you are the Alpha and the Omega. They just believe that brother has come, therefore, every other thing, we don't have any problem again. Everything brother can answer. And at times, brother is even more ignorant than the people, okay? At times, brother is more ignorant than the people, but because he's called brother, it's so difficult to let go of that title. So what happens to brother? Brother accepts everything as he knows everything. He knows everything. How can a seminarian not know? So the youths come with their problems, their marriage, even people come with marriage problems, and brother claims to know all these things because we have been exalted, because people praise you because you have become popular. And that can become the beginning of our fall. It takes a lot of humility to be able to say, "Sorry, I do not know this thing. Sorry, I cannot help you. Sorry, please can you go to the parish priest?" At times we begin even to feel that we can explain everything. Or even as a priest, I might feel that since I'm a priest and I'm a director should know everything. He knows everything. But that is wrong. Jesus got this temptation at some point. He became very popular and got the admiration of all the people. And the temptation is to say, "Okay, what people want, I will do just exactly as they want." But he called his disciples, and he said to them, "You must constantly have this in mind, that the Son of Man is going to be handed over to the power of men. So don't feel that because I've been performing miracles, I've been healing the sick, I've been providing bread and everything for you. I just be climbing. There is a time, there is a purpose for which I came, and it is to die. It is to become a slave. It is to be a curse for every other person, to be nailed and crucified on the cross. And that is the meaning for which I came. That is why I was sent, and that is what I have come to do. It doesn't matter what people do. There are times even when Jesus was almost crowned king. People almost got hold of him because of the wonderful miracles he was performing. And they said, "This is the Messiah. We should crown him king." He knew why he came. And that is why he escaped from them. Because that is exactly not the mission, that it was not exactly his mission. And we must be very careful. We must always keep our minds focused on the one who called us and what our mission is. If we have gone for pastoral, if we have met people, let us realize that we are just messengers. We are not the message itself. Okay? We are not the Lord of the message. We are not the Lord of the church. We are just pastors or priests or servants of the church. And Jesus learns this, I am sure, from Joseph, because Joseph Of course, in the previous novenas, we had seen him as somebody who was very silent. He didn't want anything to be known. Even he wanted to divorce Mary silently. He didn't want anything to be known about him. And that is why we know very little about Joseph. Very righteous man, but we know very little about him. His prayers are very efficacious. A lot of people pray, especially even our founder. Before he founded this community, he prayed to St. Joseph and asked his intercession, and that is why it became St. Joseph's Missionary Society. He was a very quiet man, and he didn't want to be known. He knew he was the foster father of the Messiah because he was there and witnessed everything happen. But he chose to be silent. He chose to take the quiet part, not to be popular. And Jesus, I'm sure, inherited this from him. He learned from his father, and he became teacher. Mary Magdalene proclaims him as what? Rabboni, teacher, rabbi. And if we are to learn to be teachers, then we must also learn the way of Jesus. If we are to teach, then we must be ready to learn from him. Joseph taught Jesus, and that is why Jesus became a teacher. If we must be teachers in the future, then we must be ready also to be taught by Jesus. The prophet Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20 to 21 says that your teacher will not be hidden from you, but with your own eyes you will see your own teacher, and you will hear a voice speaking from behind you when to go to the left and to the right. And that is why we must sit all the time, most of the time, in front of the Blessed Sacrament, sit in meditation, read the scriptures, and let him teach us, because he himself was taught. He was taught the way of humility. And if we are to be humble, which is our call, really, the call to humility, just like our Mother Mary, who was humble, to say to our Lord, to the angel, I am the handmaid of the Lord. If we are to be humble, then we must only learn this from Jesus. And this is an act of humility, to sit in front of the Blessed Sacrament and surrender to him. And again, during this Eucharistic celebration, we are placing at the feet of Jesus, just as Sister said, all our struggles, our brokenness, the difficulties that we are going through, the struggles that we have at the moment, we place at his feet because he knows best where he is taking us. And we must trust because we are totally in his hands. We therefore ask the Blessed Virgin Mary to continue to intercede for us.